The worst movie of 2025 just released on Netflix? 2025 just started and Cameron Diaz's new Netflix movie, Back in Action, is being called the worst film of 2025. I've been a fan of Cameron Diaz since The Mask. Did you know she was 21 when she filmed The Mask? Cameron Diaz hasn't acted in 10 years and Back in Action is her first film back.
How do you say no to Jamie Foxx when he says, hey, I've got this big action comedy that we can just have so much fun on?
Back in Action's plot follows former CIA spies Emily, played by Cameron Diaz, and Matt, played by Jamie Foxx, are pulled back into espionage after their secret identities are exposed accidentally by an online video leak. Emily learns Matt has kept a secret from her for many years that has caused a chain of events to take place. They must revisit their past in order to save their present and preserve their future. Sounds like a pretty typical spy plot. I'm thinking Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Fans of Cameron Diaz were eagerly waiting for her comeback movie, Back in Action, but so far the reviews for the movie seem pretty bad, with some saying it's the worst movie in 2025. Well, is it really that bad? Let's take a look at some of the critic reviews and audience reviews for the movie. On Rotten Tomatoes, the movie has a rotten score of 24%, with 38 critics giving the movie a bad rating and 12 critics giving the movie a positive rating. Some of the things the critics are saying are, Jesse from IGN Movie writes, "This isn't the worst movie of its type, but as a globe-trotting adventure it's cheap looking, and as a comedy it's only mildly amusing. 2 stars, capable of doing more, focus do less." Jesse gives a score of 4 out of 10 for the movie. Christian Zelko from Indiewire writes, "The uninspired script drags in all the wrong places, and the set pieces fail to dazzle, ensuring the film succeeds as neither an action movie nor a comedy." Christian gives the movie a grade of C. Giovanni from Next Best Picture writes, "Unfortunately, Back in Action is reminiscent of some of the Diaz's weakest endeavors, even when she has someone as talented as Jamie Foxx right by her side. Score 3 out of 10. Promit from Digital Mafia Talkies writes, "Back in Action is a bad movie by any standard. Ask one of your friends who is good at editing to compile all the action sequences, watch that. Seek out the members of the stunt team and tell them they've done a great job. Score 1 out of 5. What does the audience think about Back in Action? So far, 63% of the audience have given a positive review out of 250 plus reviews. Let's take a look at some of the audience reviews. Tim writes, "Ugh, I was actually excited to see both Diaz and Fox back in action, but holy cow, this was awful. The dialogue, the action, everything fell flat. For a PG-13 movie, it felt like a very G, and just trying too hard to be cutesy-wootsy. Admittedly, my household gave up on it about halfway through, which was longer than we probably should have given it." Tim gives the movie 1 star. Steph writes, "Honestly, had high hopes with Jamie Foxx in this, but it fell flat on its face. Poor script and honestly, the acting just felt stilted. Don't waste 2 hours of your life watching this." Steph gives the movie half a star. Moren writes, "This is a good example of lazy script work. ChatGPT should get other kinds of assignments. The big guns are being pushed into position, and the VFX is almost top-notch, but the acting could be so much better if something were at stake. The opposition is like a drunk stormtrooper who only hits where it doesn't matter. Again, the script and the visual vision are far below average." Moren gives the movie 2 out of 5 stars. John writes, "I couldn't help but notice that the critic reviews yielded a much lower score than the audience's. I dare say this is not a critic's movie. I went in expecting nothing but a turn my brain off good time, and got exactly that. Fox and Diaz have great chemistry. The action set pieces were wild, unbelievable, and stupid in the best way. It all gets pretty sappy at the end, but by that time I didn't mind a bit. They're back and I'm here for it." John gives the movie 3 out of 5 stars. Is Back in Action the worst movie of 2025? I doubt it. But I'm sure fans were expecting more from Cameron Diaz's return to movies after a 10-year break. But hey, we still got Shrek 5. Are you guys going to watch Back in Action? Let me know in the comments.
Hi, I'm Cameron Diaz, and I'm going to tell you why I decided to make Back in Action as my first film in 10 years. I didn't think I was going to make another